Hi everyone, my name is Alex, and welcome to episode 3 of a tutorial how to make a Minecraft 2D platformer in Java. And in this episode, we're going to do a lot of different things. We are going to bug fix, we're going to add mobs, we're going to get a little building cursor for our building, and a lot of various things like maybe getting a sun and a moon. I'll probably do that in the next episode. It's gonna be a four episode series. I wasn't really sure before if I wanted to make it 3 or 4 episodes. And next week I am going to, or actually next Friday, not this Friday, but the one after this Friday, I'm going to Mexico. And then I'm gonna be away for 3 weeks, probably 2.5. I'm gonna go back to Sweden for a while. Then I'm gonna come back here to Ireland, and under that time I'll try to get some friend to upload some episodes for me, so you guys will have something to do. So I'm gonna have a little recording day in some days now. So that's that. Enough talking. Now we just gonna go straight into this. Right now our game looks like this. We are also gonna set up an inventory. I just forgot to tell you that. But right now our game looks like this. We're jumping up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, pretty obvious. So, and it's getting dark, and then it's not getting non-dark. Wait, I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. I wanna survive. I wanna survive. Oh. So, scary sounds. Awesome. They're actually not very awesome, but awesome. But anyway, all right. So we're digging caves. Diggy diggy ho. All right. Yeah, I know. I have watched Jog's cast. Um, I don't think I am a subscriber of them though. That's very good. I kind of like them though. I probably shouldn't talk gaming stuff while doing these. Actually, this is gaming, kind of. I'm playing my own game that I made for you guys. Right, and we're also gonna fix this little white line, as you can see right here, this stupid little white line. And the trick is actually very simple. But first of all, I want to go into a building cursor. So in the render method down here, you can clearly see that we're rendering blocks. And we just want to take the code from up here. This block XY contains some stuff. This block XY contains shit. You probably shouldn't call it shit, but we want to take this, or this if statement here. Just want to take it, get it down here inside this method here, or inside this if statement here, and we just want to paste it. Now inside here, what we want to do is g.drawRect. And we also, before we're doing that, g.setColor, new color, and we define black in RGB, which is 0, 0, 0. And then we want this to be on the block x, y dot x, and I just want to make this simple, so I'm just going to take this y, width, and height. There we go. So when I now run this, you're gonna see, all right, that is actually a little bit off, but as you can see, it's kind of working now though. Kind of got this little thing, even if it's not really on the right location, but it's actually kind of what we want. And I'm trying to figure out what happened there, but it's probably something very simple. If block x y contains give me a second. Contains the new point. That's quite interesting. If the point divided by component of pixel size. Uh-huh. 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 You just said color, just right. How is the okay. I see. So what we want to do is, for the drawing method, we want to do minus component.sx minus component.sy. And what this is going to do, when I cast these in, of course, actually we've already got a camx, camy variable. We don't really have to do any casting. So when I run this now, you're going to see we've got a building cursor here. And this is moving around a perfect offset. It's like perfectly justified or adjusted. But you can see that we got a little problem here. Like the lower part disappears sometimes. That's because it's going underneath the blocks next to it, because those are drawn after on top of this cursor. And that's because the drawing with these rectangles are not perfect, so we're gonna have to do -1 on these, on the width and height. So as you can see, we've now got this. So we can now go walk around. We can destroy things. Very easy, very simple, very nice, very nice and orgasmly. Orgasmly? um, you didn't hear it. There we go. All right. And something I also want to cover today is menus and saving, if we have enough time. Otherwise, we could do it in part 4. So, all right. So that's fixed. Now I want to get rid of this little white line here, and then we're going to go into the inventory. And the way we get rid of this stupid little white line thing here is that we go in here. And just by the way, I actually forgot to explain how I did here. But what I basically did in the level here is that I made a for loop, or I didn't make a for loop. I made an if statement and checked if the current block that's rendered contains our mouse cursor, um, just like we did here. If block XY contains for the destroying. And then I set the color and just drew a square out. So component. In here, what we can do very simply is to create a new variable here, public static dimension real size equals new dimension, and this is going to have 0, 0, or we don't even have to check this but we want to go down to our main method here, and in this main method that you can see right here, we want to do as quick as we have created the JFrame after the pack here. So we want to do real size equals new dimension. If I can spell that, yes I can. Component, no, not component, frame.get width and frame.get height. So we're basically creating a new dimension out of our new JFrame. And notice that we can't go ahead and use the size, because the size is actually the size that's inside this JFrame. So this little applet window here, which is right here, which this frame is holding. That's basically how it works. So what we want to do with this real size, now we got the actual size from the window. So let's set the resizability true, and you can actually see that everything got fixed here. You can see, but I can still resize this, so it still doesn't really make any sense. Can I like? Okay, good. So that doesn't really make any sense for me. So what I want to do now is I want to go over here. Oh wait, I want to go to my tick method here. And the first thing I do is a check. I actually have to make this frame static first. So public JFrame frame equals new JFrame, and then excuse me, we'll define it down here. Then we remove that, and now because this is a static method, we're gonna have to make this static as well. This is a static method. means we can also access it now from the outside. So, which I don't really want. So let's make it private. Means we can't access it from the outside anymore. Now in the tick method here is so we want to check if real size dot width, or technically if frame dot get width is not equal to real size dot width, or same thing except we want to do the same with the height here. Get height real size dot height. So what we're basically checking here is if the frame's width is not matching the real size, which it should do if it's not resized by me or by the user. Then the frame.get height, we're doing the same thing for the height. We're checking the height, how it works. And then if these conditions, if one of these conditions happens, like the size is the wrong, what we do is just frame dot pack, and then we're repacking it, means that we'll change size to whatever size the applet has. So let's check this out. Try to resize, doesn't work. Try to resize, doesn't work. Try to resize, doesn't really work now. It just moves the window. Try to do it full screen, pops blank for like zero 0.5 milliseconds, and just stops. So as you might have noticed already, this might give us a little bit of lag. Like if you want to do more of these random checks everywhere, it will start lag, and then you will have to smart code it. For now, this works just fine. Still works on my laptop, my bad laptop, not really bad, but my not very awesome laptop, and so forth without any lag. And so what we want to do next, which I say uh which I say a lot. That was what I was trying to say. Just like lost the words there. That's awesome. I need some water. Can, I'm not gonna go get some. I'm too lazy. Water drop. I have like one drop in a little drop of water in my bottle, in a bottle next to me. So yeah. Anyway, and actually, as you can see, actually you can't see my clock, but it's actually 1:30 in the morning a.m. Or for some people would say it would be 12:30 a.m. I believe. Yep, that should be correct. 12:30 a.m. That's the time for me, and I'm gonna record this for 2 hours, so this is gonna be very interesting, very enjoyable as well, because I really like making these videos. Let's do that as an ending. So just skip to the end if you really want to hear this right now. Then you can go back and continue watching. But yeah, so yeah, that's our route. Now we want to add our inventory, or make our inventory better. And the way we would make our inventory better, we go into the inventory class, and we would first of all get a boolean for if it's open or not, because we're gonna have to open it, hit open, and we will also be able to close it. So let's do a public boolean. A public boolean could have been private. Public boolean is open equals false. Let's actually make it static so we can actually access it from the outside from any class. It's actually a very good thing. It's very handy because this is the inventory. Very good to have full access to the inventory. So I'm gonna make this cells here static as well. So that's our open variable. So let's do here if is open. So if is open equals true, which is not right now. Then we wouldn't do something specific. But I want to be able to open my inventory and close it again. Let's just do g.fillRect 0, 0, 100, 100. And also want to go to my listening class. I want to give it a key. So in case key event.vk underscore f. I'm going to use f as my opening key, then break down here component, sorry, inventory dot is open. Well, it depends. If inventory dot is open, if it's open, then close it. Else, if it's not open, if it's closed, that is, then open it. So you will see right now, if I press F, you can see that it will open. And I believe there's one more thing we can do, because right now, as you can see, when we get into this, and I try to use my keys on the keyboard, I actually can't use them before I click on the screen. So I believe there is something for applets and JFrames and stuff called request focus. I'm not 100% sure, but let's try this out. Request focus. Yes, there is. Let me just find our main method here. And we can't make a static reference to that, so let's actually go up to our start. Yep. So up here, request the focus. And now, as you can see, we can start moving as quick as we get into the game without having any difficulty. So we can even open up our inventory. That doesn't look like a good inventory for me. I don't like that really. I kind of want to change my inventory. I'm sorry. I don't want this. You guys can save it if you would like to, but I don't want to. So we're going to make another array up here. Public static cell inv. Let's call this inv. Not inv bar. Inventory bag equals new cell tile dot inv length times tile dot inventory height, which we haven't even created yet. So in our tile here, I'm going to create a public static int inv height. This is for how many rows we want to have in our inventory. So 8 times 4, that would be 32. Would that be a good size of slots? Yeah, probably. Yeah, of course 32 plus 8, so 40 slots. I think that would be very great. A great number of slots. That means you'll be able to do a lot of digging before it gets full. So yeah, that's that. That's awesome. So we got that sorted out. And the way we can fix this now, or not fix, what we can do now is that we can start rendering it or creating them. So for int I equals 0, I is less than invbag.length I plus plus. And I am actually, because I have started to do this the nice looking way here. So I'm sorry if I'm probably gonna fix like all my arrays. It's just gonna be like, it's probably gonna take a lot of time. But we will actually need some counting variables here. Int x equals, yeah, int x and y equals 0. This is the simplest way of doing it. There will be like no math at all, and just make it simple for you guys to understand this. I'm trying to do it the simple way, even if I could have done this the mathematic way, but you guys would have been like, what the heck are you doing, Alex? What's that? Is that really math? And I'm just gonna be like, yes, of course it is math. Didn't you learn that? Or haven't you learned that? Yet? No, but in bag and inside here, we want to do no, technically, oh yeah, technically, yeah, in bag I equals new cell, and in here we want to type for the parameters are, we are going to steal all this at first, just see so we can actually get this working. New cell. Not new cell? Old cell, maybe? I have no idea. But there we go. It seems like that fixed the problem. And I will just render this inside of here, and I will remove the is selected thing here. Just put that in null. Go in here and check how this looks. Actually, false for all of them. So when I run this now, I open up my inventory. We get them down here, as you can see. They just like pop up and try to block all these, which is it's quite annoying, I suppose you can say. I suppose you would say. It just overlaps everything. So I would actually prefer us fixing that. So before I do any further rendering, really, I would like to go out or go up a little bit in the code. But before I actually do anything, I would like to do here x plus plus, and if x is equal to tile dot inv width, tile dot inv length minus 1, then x equals 0 and y plus plus. That's the way it's going to work. So that's that. Probably move these like that, make it look a little bit more normal. Just about to say like a little bit more paranormal. Now I'm like looking around my back, looking for ghosts. I am scared, very scared. Uh, no, but I am probably more scary than scared, I guess. But that doesn't really make any sense to me. But we'll see, we'll see. So we're gonna change this to x instead of I, because if we have I here, as you can see, wait, in bag dot length in bag. I'm just curious for why this is not working. Okay, so in bag here, just make sure that everything works. It should. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ray index out of bounds exception. Ah, in bag. So there we go. We are now rendering our whole array like that. As you can see, just like it's straight line. Kind of annoying to look at. But we want to make sure that this works out, even if we do like with x here. So x coordinate here. No, I coordinate here. Size. Oh, no comma. All right, there we go. You can kind of see that now. It is it's actually. Oh, it's only going there. So we're gonna have to change that like that. You can see it's going over the whole thing now. So now the next step is to move everything up a few blocks. So we are going to go to our y coordinate, which seems to be here. So we're going to do another minus here, minus y times tile dot block size times dot cell in cell size. No, no, no. Minus tile dot inv height times inv cell size. So you can see it moves up a bit. Then after this, I'm gonna do some more adjusting in a second. Then plus, let me actually give me a second. Gonna do that. Plus tile dot inv cell space. I believe that's what it's called. Plus y times tile dot inv cell size plus tile.in cell space. And as you can see, voila, we have got an inventory. No problems with it. Actually, I don't want to change anything. I like this. I definitely like this. And as you can see, we can still walk around here. Our character can still move. If you would like to disable that, you can just go to the... I am actually going to disable that because I'm a real dick. Yep, so... wow, that was... It might have been very stupid to say that, but... I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, that's good. Alright, perfect, cool. Yeah. But basically, I like saying basically. Many YouTubers do. I know that. Um, so basically, so basically, our movement is, of course, in the character, and it is right here. Component that is moving, and exclamation mark. So if not, inventory dot is open, and inventory is closed. As you can see, I now can't move. I can like change I can change my head's direction. It's quite cool. Let's disable that as well. Uh, I like that. I like it kind of. Makes me happy. You can probably figure out how to do it yourself anyway. Um, so that's the first part of this. But we still have one part to go, and that's like when you hover over these, we want them to light up a bit. And before I do that, I actually want to go over to the level here, and I want to set the color here, where we are actually for our cursor thing, our block cursor. I'm going to do fill rect here instead, and it is going to look like this. If we're using the fill rect, it also means that we're going to have to remove those. And I also want one more parameter here, and that is for the alpha value, and we're going to have 100 transparency or something. So also here, if block x y is not equal to tile.air, unless we want to build, of course. Eh. When I'm thinking of it though, well, maybe be better. Yeah, let's just turn this down to like 20 or something. Um, I kind of like the idea of this. Kind of feels like the old Minecraft classic. 40, 50, 60. 60, that seems like a good, yeah, very good plan, actually. Lights it up really nicely for us. So that's basically that part. How would it be like if you couldn't see where you're building? That's actually fine. That's fine. If block x, y is not equal to tile.air, so as long as the current block that we're rendering is not equal to air, trying to save, but Eclipse decided to suicide upon me, that ID, of course. And when I run this now, as you can see, we can only see this little square when we're hovering over blocks for destroying. That's actually quite a nice little feature, I suppose. You can see exactly what block you are about to destroy. Um, yeah, that's that part. Um, and if we want to build things like this, you can see it comes up like the second after you build. So it looks pretty cool, as you can see. I like this. I like it. I like it. All right. Great. We've started building things. That's amazing. Um, So that's the first part. Whoa, frame rate issues. Um, Not really frame rate issues, but there we go. Right. Haha, gotcha. All right. So where were I? To the inventory. To the inventory. I want to do a little check here, saying um, um, for each cell. Yeah, here and inventory dot is open, so we can't see this little cursor where we actually are when we've got the inventory open. It just disappears. Oh wait, I can jump. Okay, that is not going to do the job. Let's go in here. If it's jumping and inventory dot is open. Wait, this is going to be very strange because if I jump, uh, hmm, uh, there we go. And inventory dot is open. Yep, perfect. So now that works, and we can't jump or anything. We can't do anything. Oh, we can destroy. Um, let's deactivate that later. Actually, let's deactivate that now. Thank you, Alex. So in the level here, first of all, I want to deactivate this cursor here. So and inventory dot is open for where we're drawing the cursor. Now when I'm opening my inventory, we can't see our cursor, but we can still destroy. So we also want to go through that. If in inventory dot is open, then that's what happens. And we can't destroy, as you can see. We can't destroy anything. That is just the way I want it to be. Just me and you and the giant green guy over there in that corner of the room. It must sound very creepy when I talk like that. At least it does for me. My brain goes like people everywhere. Oh my god, this is getting scary. Alright, but in here then, for the render method, um, if it's open, yep, cell. If it's not open and such, then also here, if is open, what will happen then, inventory that is open, what happens then if it's open is that we're going to do g.set color, new color 255, 255, and 255. U.fill rect, XY width and height. We're going to adjust those settings in a second. As you can see right now, and contains component.mse. The mouse is containing the place. New point component.mse dot x divided by component.pixel size, comma component.mse.y divided by component.pixel size to get the actual pixel size. I'm doing this long way because we might need to use the actual mouse later. But as you can see now, we've got this little collision block going on. We of course don't want it to cover the whole screen, but it's a very good start. It's a very good start. So we just want to go here. I want to hit like say like 50 here. As you can see, we can now hold these over. Um, but a smart thing would be if we put this underneath, actually drawing the whole thing, like drawing before we're actually drawing the thing. Because that means we don't have to worry about the borders and stuff. We don't have to do any extra adjustment. We just have to increase this a little bit more. 130. And we are just going through our inventory. That is amazing. So our inventory is kind of working now, and we now want to be we now want to get the option to write blocks, write write blocks to change position of the blocks. So we're gonna create a boolean, public static boolean is holding equals false for now. And we're also going to have an integer, public static int holding id equals 0, public static int holding count equals 0. As you can see in the cell here, we actually haven't got anything there. Count, we can remove the count for now because we're going to come to that later, how to do like different counts and splitting stacks and so forth. This is going to be equal to tile.air, and that's actually it's actually very simple to do this. So we just want to check whenever we click. We want a perfect when we click. So let's make a public static void click mouse event e, and we will of course need by then to import the java awt.event so we can actually get the different events. So from the listening class, we want to call this from where we are clicking down our mouse. Mouse pressed is very impressed. Inventory dot click e. Go over to our inventory class, make sure this works. Clicked. And if we get our message here, yep, it is clicked. Now, if e.getButton is equal to 0, actually I think it's 1, but not too sure about that. Yeah, it's 1. So if it's equal to 1, if it's the left mouse button, yep. If it's the left mouse button, then what is going to happen if inventory or if it's open, if the inventory is open, what's going to happen is that it goes through here for int I equals 0, I is less than inv bar dot length I plus plus, and if inv bar I dot contains new point, do you get the point? And we can just take it from here, of course. Strange humor just in the middle of a tutorial. That is amazing. Right, but anyway, there we go. If that happens, in case of this happening, the if it contains, what's going to happen is that we want to set the invar I.id equals 0, first of all, or equal to tile.air. As you can see, we can now remove things by clicking on them. We don't want to remove them, we want to pick them up. So first of all, we want to set the holding ID. Holding ID equals tile dot actually not not tile necessarily, in bar i.id, then remove them. We now have it held, but it's not really working. So whatever happens in here, holding is holding is going to be equal to true. And at the bottom here, if is holding something, if we're holding something in our hands, what's going to happen is that we're gonna draw them out. So g.draw image on new point location dot x. Oh wait. I just want to make do this the simple way. Let's get. Oh, we actually have it in the inventory. G.draw image. By the way, we could have done this in an easy way without using the is holding, but I just wanted to be very nice and simple. Just because we have the is holding, we can just remove the thing about if it's air, and we don't have to do any extra calculations for anything. So that is that. We can now simply get the location. So let's change holding ID. So we're gonna mark this part, Control F, ID is gonna be equal to holding ID, replace all. That Eclipse just like, ah, I don't like Eclipse sometimes because it just messes things up. Selected lines, holding ID, place all. There we go. This is gonna be component.msc.x divided by component.pixel size. Gonna bracket this in like that. Don't really know what it's called. Probably cast or something. Or gonna do the same thing for the y coordinate here. Y. Gonna do that and that. Plus tile dot tile size. Same thing over here. Plus tile dot tile size. Let's see if this works. Hmm. Wow. I don't think it's working. I think there's something wrong with this. It's like wrapping so cool. Like, oh my god. Looks amazing. We need to fix this though. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, why? I mean, there we go. This should do. This should fix the problem. All right, it's fixed. But we still can't place it down, which is a big shame. So give me a second. Up here, if in bar I dot id is equal to tile dot air. Oh, wait, it's not equal to tile dot air. We want to pick it up. And is holding is equal to false. Else, if is holding, actually, else if is holding, and else if inv bar I dot id is equal to tile dot air. Yeah, oh wait. And invar I.id is equal to tile.air. Then what's going to happen here is invar I.id is going to be equal to holding I holding ID, and is holding is going to go false like that. So when I run it now, you're going to see that we're now able to pick up and place things. We still can't place anything here, but it's an easy fix. So but we want to switch items if we press a place like this, where there already is a block. So else if is holding and invar I dot id is not equal to tile dot air. Well, then what's going to happen is int. We're going to make a new int. Con stands for content. Invar I dot id. Gonna make an array, and then invar I equals holding ID, and holding ID equals con, and that's actually that. Holding ID. There we go. You can see now I can actually switch items here. But before I move on to make this work, this thing up here, I would like to do one last thing, because you can see I'm picking the blocks up and they actually change size. Okay, that fixed itself. But in the size here, you can see we got plus tile that inv item border. So we're gonna go into the inventory where we are here. We're drawing it. Plus tile that inv from inv item border, whatever. Yeah, that's what they are called. For these two, we're gonna go plus. For the rest, we're gonna go minus. Right? And now you can see, maybe you can see. um, well, that was a quite interesting little incident. Was tile, oh yeah, plus dot cell inv cell size. Tile size, there we go. That should do that. Now it's the same size. So one last thing I want to do is on these ones is for both the x and the y, minus here, minus this is for centering it, by the way, minus tile dot cell dot inv cell size divided by 2. Then also here, like that, like this. Um, oh, I meant to do it for all of those four, actually. You're gonna see now that it's getting centered as well when we pick it up to the center of the mouse. That is working just the way it's supposed to work. You can even find the center point here. Click it and look like nothing is happening. So Last thing about the inventory that I'm gonna do today for this tutorial, we're probably gonna turn it into some sort of survival in episode 4. If I don't make an episode 5 as well, or if I don't make an episode 5 as well for this. So if you guys have enjoyed these series so far, then just tell me, because I'll be more than happy if you guys say so. You guys make me happy. You do? Yes, you do. Just understand. So we're just gonna hit Control F, do inv bar, and replace it with inv bag here, and we'll replace all, and now it will work, or it should work, for this too. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted very easily. So as you can see, we can't place out air still, which is a good thing probably. We can place out sand, everything is working. It actually looks quite cool, I would say, our game so far. The game that we made together here. But we need more blocks, more building, more cool things like that. Oh, we are just we're placing blocks on top of ourselves. I actually won't fix that because I'm too lazy for. We will do that in episode 3, or if we have enough time today. There is still a few more things I probably want to cover, which I don't really know what to. I don't really know what to cover now. Maybe the sun. I want to do that in the next episode though. Let's add some more blocks and just go. Oh no, mobs. Mobs are much more important. So in order to add a mob to a game like this, we first need an animation for the mob. So let's just make this mob from the character. Let's just take him and do something new from him. Let's place this into here, and let's let's do edit. No, let's do image adjustments, and I'm just doing this. You guys don't have to watch. Black and white. Ah, delicious, delicious. eh, Black and white. That's probably cool. Probably the coolest mob I've ever done in my entire life. Haha. Or maybe it's supposed to be a player too. Yeah, we might make this game multiplayer as well, just to make you guys happy now. Because multiplayer is so simple, actually. Well, it's not simple, but it's not that much that you have to do. Set up a server and stuff. Basically, setting up the server that takes some time. There we go. There. I was just trying to find my project. So now once we've got that, in my tile here, can't remember where I saved that. Yeah, public static int mob equals 0, 17. Actually, technically 16. Yeah, 16. So we've got a mob now. Let's actually call this, name this mob, and then emerald. The emerald mob. If your name is Emerald, you are amazing. I know that there are people named Emerald, and I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite names of all time. And it's also this awesome glimmering stone. This green one, I believe. I am not really into stones, but stones? Rolling stones? Yeah, they're quite good. That's not what I was talking about, but anyway. So, as you can see, we've got this little warning sign here. And let's see what's that for. Down here. Component inventory. Yeah, let's access it via. It makes more sense to just access it statically because it's simpler. So yeah, here we go. Trying to get out of these yellowish things all the time. So that's very good. We have fixed that. And now next up, mm, we'll need to do. Wait, what? We will we will need to. That's me having fun with my headset, by the way. If that makes any sense to you. Probably doesn't, but anyway. We are gonna create a mob class here. Just give me a second. Just want to check something. For our character, is he extended with something? Yes, a double rectangle. First of all, we want to create a unit class here. Actually, mobile seems a good name here. I want to close something. Who is the unlucky guy to be closed? Listening. There we go. And we had a monster called Emerald, or a mob. Close down something. Sell. Sure. And the emerald is then going to be extended by the emerald, or not the emerald, by the mob. That means that this is inheriting inheriting everything that's in this mob class. And this mob class is of course going to contain a constructor, going to contain a public void tick method here, and also a public void render, which is going to take a graphics.g object here. And just because we're using the graphics here, we're going to need to import java.awg, and the mob itself is going to be extended by the double rectangle, just like the character. So how do we load up the character? Well, we loaded him up with a width and a height, width and height. And how are we going to load out the mobs? Well, it's going to be a little bit more advanced. Int x, int y, int width, and int height. Alright, so we want to do set bounds on this guy, x, y, width, and height. Yep, so we're now setting the bounds. And that also means that this emerald class here, public emerald, and some of you guys are probably going to be like, what the heck are you doing right now with these like different extends mobs and stuff? It's kind of hard to explain, but I will do my best in a second. Int x, int y, int width, and int height. And then super x, y, width, and height. So what these different methods here does is if we're creating a new object out of the emerald, they're going to be called, or it's going to be a mob class, but we're going to use new emerald. So we're using the emerald's different classes in a second. It also needs if you basically have to call the constructor of this class, and to do that, if you're using the emerald here, you will need to first, or you'll actually need to type in super here and then type in the value. So we could just like 10, 10, 10, 10, but since the user have already typed in information, we want to gain the user's information. So x, y, width, and height, or my own information though, but I mean like we want to do it from another class. So then we can use the super, and we'll call this method here, and we will set the bounds of this rectangle. Yeah, pretty simple to explain that. Hope you guys understood that. Then we also want to use a public void tick method and a public void render method here. Graphics G. Import java.awt. And at the top of those, we want to do super.tick. So we want to try something. Didn't really work out. Super.tick. Oh wait, we can do super.tick. Render G. And these are basically calling the super classes from this, like super.tick means we're calling the super from here. So whatever's in here, we're calling this method, and also this method from the different things. So if we want to do something special from here, it will also be involved into the mob here. So that's the first part here. And for the rendering, we would actually like to do this simply. We would like an ID, or int ID, and a mob here. The mob here, of course, is gonna have this as well. So Gonna get the ID in there, and we're also gonna have a public int ID. Eclipse is really messing up sometimes. This the ID equals ID. So this ID up here is going to be equal, this ID, this class's ID, is going to be equal to the ID that we put in here. This ID. This.id equals ID. So now next up is going to be to draw this thing out. The way we draw it out is that we go to the character to make this simple. Go to the draw for the character and copy this. Mob, render, movement speed. So this is also going to have a movement speed. Public int movement speed going to be equal to 0. This is going to have a public int dir, and it's going to be underneath the movement speed. Public int dir equals movement speed. For now, I'm going to remove that part. We've got errors. Times animation. We're going to need an animation frame as well. Public int animation equals 0. So there we go. Now we haven't really drawn that out yet. So what we do is that we for the render here for the render we should probably create an array list in a second, but for now I just want to do a quick test here. In the render method here, I just want to do this quick, so let's do a new mob, new emerald for now, dot render g. 10, 10, 100 by 100. Tile dot mob emerald. Let's see. Yep, that's kind of working though. Not really perfect, but as you can see, this is my friend, George. Hello, this is my friend George. Can't build any higher. Oh. My friend George and I decided that day. Okay, never mind. So in the mob then, we're as you can see drawing the ID thing. I am a little bit unsure. Yeah, the tile. It says tile character instead. I'm going to change this ID 1. This to ID 1. You guessed it. And this to Eclipse. Please make good text. Oh my god. I am soon raging, by the way. It's just that you guys know that you should take cover. Because when I rage, I rage. Oh, makes sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't? No, why not? I don't know. I don't know. Eh. I should maybe plan these random things out a little bit more, a little bit better. I should change all the tile character to IDs instead. And you can now see that it should start on the right position. The only thing right now though is that it's showing a lot of other random things here. So we're gonna have to do tile dot tile size times 2 tile size la tile size 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 Tile side. Okay, never mind. So is colliding with block. I'm gonna take this from the character, move it over to the mob here. It's gonna be based off of the character. So character, and then mob somewhere here. Mm, all mobs by default are gonna be affected by gravity. Yeah. hmm We're gonna take this part. If it's falling, it's jumping. We're gonna count that layer probably. Control C. Yeah, there we go. It's jumping. Public boolean is jumping equals false. And then also we need a falling speed, of course. Public int falling speed. 0.4. Gonna be a little bit slower than the character. Um, double. 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 Falling speed. I don't know what the character's falling speed is. So falling speed is equal to 1. Let's set it this equal to 1 as well. It's gonna be like global gravitation things. Um, falling speed. Yep, so the falling speed there, and as you can see now, he is not falling because he is being a real dick. Come on, buddy. Safe, you can fall. hmm. Uh, mhm. That's because we're not calling that. Let's, for this class, do implement runnable. And as quick as this starts up, do new thread dot thread this dot start. So we have this guy in his own thread here. Public void run. This means that the threads are going to be like split up in different sections. So for the run method for this guy, we just want to do while is running, so we can simply change or simply stop the thread later. Um, Public boolean is running equals true. And that's basically that. Tick, but no render because it's gonna get rendered from the outside. Please, please, please work. Please work. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. Please close yourself. My computer are messing up. Try catch exception E thread.sleep 5. Gets a little bit too laggy. Let's not give him his own thread. Let's call his tick from the outside. Let's say this was just a test. Right, component. Um, I know why. Let's give him his own thread. That was stupid of me. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Didn't mean to. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you cry. Wahaha. I should probably not sing in these tutorials. If you guys want me to sing, hit 1. If you don't want me to sing, hit 2. Okay. New emerald. We're gonna make this work directly. So let's do a an array list down here. Do we have the util imported? Nope. So we'll need to import that before we can use that. Java util, and then we can make an array list. So public static array list. That's the way you make an array list. Basically means that for an array list you can add and remove things. I'm gonna have a tutorial for it on my channel in the future, like for my beginner series, which I should probably record after this one. Some tutorials there, but this is gonna hold mobs, and it's gonna be equal to new array list mob again, and then empty brackets, and then just end it. And we're of course gonna have to give it names. Let's give it mobs. I think that works. Yeah. So we got the mob, and I know that there's actually a much more efficient way for doing these for loops, but unfortunately I have no idea how I would do one of these really good for loops. So let's go into the render here, and right here, for and I equals 0, I is less than mob dot to array dot length I plus plus. Now it's an array, and what we can do with this is mob dot get, so get the index of I. If there are any mobs, if there's 0 mobs, then it won't even go through this list. To get I dot render g. As you can see, now we haven't added any mobs. So for the startup here, we can do mob dot add new emerald, and we'll have to give it some parameters, of course, which is going to be tile dot tile size tile size times 2, and an ID tile dot emerald dot mob emerald. Let's see how that goes. Yay, null pointer exception. What's the null pointer exception? Give it to me now. Oh, we are defining it a little bit too early, I suppose. Let's at least wait until we have created the blocks for it to start falling. Okay, it's already standing there. Wow. Gives me quite a bit of lag. Let's make a little sleep for it, so it doesn't go that fast. System thread.sleep. I should probably go to bed and sleep soon. It's 1:30 a.m. in the morning, so yeah, look at that. We are falling. He's shaking a bit. It's fine. Who cares if he is shaking? Nobody. Understood, buddy? Is that understood? Is that understood? But for the sake of all this, let's just do this. Let's remove the threads from him. I think it would be a lot better if we would just randomly... What the heck's that? Never clicked the button before. First time. There's always one first time for clicking things, I suppose. That's what they say, but I don't know. So let's change this tick and get rid of this G, and it should be falling after the character there. With the character. Hey bud, Hey, how is it? How is it? You wanna die? We should die together, you and me, but goodbye. Actually, let's not die together. I'm gonna leave you down there. So that's kind of the first part of this, but of course, kind of want to add some movement stuff. And I actually want to give us a hint, a little stop for if you're going like too far to an edge. And the way I would do this, like stop walking if there's an edge there, is I would go over to my movement method here, type in if component dot uh, no if x is greater than 0, we will move, else we will not move. That is actually the wrong size, I believe. It definitely is indeed, yeah. Equals movement speed minus movement speed. Then if x is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. I'm not even sure if this is gonna work, but nope, that didn't really work. Level dot block component dot level dot block 0 0 dot x. Let's see if this makes any more sense. Just gonna try this. Okay, that didn't really work out either. Let's just remove this. We don't really need it. Right, but before I leave you in over 1 hour or in over 40 minutes, 43 minutes to be exact. Actually, 42.30. Yep, exact now, according to my screen recorder. Um, we wanna. We would like to yawn. No, no, alright, I see. Alright, render. Um, we would like to add some movement for these guys. Um, Before I go any further, I would like to do this, add this else as well, so he can actually start jumping in a second. Because we're gonna need jumping if we want a smart AI for these guys. Because these guys are still gonna be able to walk, even if you have your inventory up. We're gonna add the physics right off, so we can simply call the is jumping equals true. Um, if is jumping inventory mob. Gonna go through this code. Jumping count jumping height. Probably gonna use the same as for the character. All these. Just gonna take all these in here. And I'm just gonna do that. That should do that. There's only jumping speed left. Jumping speed equals 1, same as falling. So let's see. Can he jump? I don't want to. I don't want to follow his jumps. He can jump alone. It's fine. I don't want to. Hi bud. Are you okay? Are you drunk or something? Seriously? I think you are. You definitely are indeed. Let's just get up here. I'm gonna leave you there alone forever. I don't like that guy. Yeah, I never liked him. He was never my real friend. He wasn't really he wasn't really one of my best friends. Okay, never mind. So, enough of that. I'm getting tired, just like I did in the last episode as well. Of course, I'm getting tired because the clock's half two. As I told you like 7 minutes ago. Um, but that's the jumping for this guy, and we just don't want to set this to true uh, randomly. Let's remove that again. So now to the walking then. To the walking. Yep. Gonna take that from the character as well. Character who is walking. So, and go over to the mob here, and it's moving. Don't really need that. He will always be walking um, if he's not falling. We have one of those. Uh, we could just put an else for the falling, like we did with the character, and he will have no problems at all there. No. So, Boolean can move equals false. We can't move when we're jumping. I mean, like for us. Else if 1 equals 1. No, else if probably should make something for is walking or something. Like is jumping. Whoa. Oh, sorry. Sorry, brother. I think I just pushed him down there. How did I get my movement speed and things? No, please stop it. Stop it. Um, if the moving speed. Oh, yeah. If the dir. Dir. I should probably just put this in else for now, and I can get the animation remove actually else. Else if is jumping. Hmm. I'm just kind of thinking on how this would be. If is jumping. Equals true for now. Um, Check if it's colliding with a block. Oh, he's actually colliding with things now? Wow, cool. You're my guy. You're my friend. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you fall to your doom, buddy. Fall! Fall! Right, but um we can now check with that. Move equals false. So I should probably remove that line and this part. Else animation frame equals 0. No, not animation frame, animation. So if new random dot, oh yeah, if it's not falling, else if if is jumping, yeah, because I don't want to jump either. So else if is jumping, new random dot next int 100. We're gonna have to import the java.util in order to use randoms. If it's less than 50, you can do a lot of these checks. So 1 less than 1, then is moving equals true. Already started to move. 1000. Ah, okay, so he started to move. And he didn't choose his direction completely himself. So if new random dot next int 100 is greater than 50, what's gonna happen is that is moving. No, is that dir is gonna be equal to minus movement speed. Else dir equals movement speed. Oh, wrong way, buddy. Wrong way. And I want to do one quick thing here. I actually want to add like a bedrock layer around the whole thing that we can't destroy before we do anything else. And I'm gonna call it bedrock because that's kind of, it's a Minecraft tutorial, so why not call it bedrock? Let's make it black. Pretty obvious that the bedrock is black. Um, Gray color. This is pretty much how bedrock looks. It looks really messed up. If you ask me, I don't like the bedrock at all. I like the looks of it. Not like in love with it or something. Actually, I am. I'm in love with it. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking to just make something very simple for this. That is my simplistic thing. It's a bit too simple. Gotta make it look at least a little bit better. So there we go. That looks so bad. That is just what I wanted. So, a bad looking block. That is amazing. Let us add that to the game. There we go. And the way we add this into the game, you should already know how to add blocks into the game, because we've been going over this before. So For those of you who don't know how to add blocks into the game, let let's just go through it. Bedrock equals 3 0, and then for the level generation here, um, do another for loop. I have an idea actually. Let's remove this block here. Let's make this an invisible block that we're calling bedrock just for the no tile dot solid air. Solid air. So basically if x equals 0, that's me forgetting to put it into the statement. If x equals 0 or y equals 0 or x equals to block dot length minus 1 or y equals to block 0 dot length minus 1. What is gonna happen? Whoa, yeah. You are now gonna see that we got something here. If I would have applied it as well, yeah. Block x y dot id is gonna be equal to tile dot solid air. I'm gonna run it now. He gets stuck in the air. That is amazing. So I gotta fix that real quick. 50. Now you can see that I get this little cursor here, and I can actually destroy those blocks. I don't want to be able to destroy those blocks because that means that I can still jump outside. So I go over to my character level I believe it's in, yep. And first of all, and block x y dot id is not equal to tile dot solid air. As you can see here, we don't get the mouse cursor on it, but we can still destroy it. So what we do with this is that we go up here again. It's not going to be equal to air. So if block x y dot id is equal or is not equal to tile dot solid air, then we can delete the block. Now as you can see, we can't delete the blocks, and me and this strange looking guy in here are gonna be stuck here forever. So let's add some more or some better AI for him. He's probably gonna be like a Minecraft pig now in the beginning, but you know, that's kind of what I like about my mobs. They're always like pigs. um, I feel kind of I feel like a bad person when I'm saying that. I probably shouldn't say that to my guys, to my small awesome looking things, my small awesome looking pigs. Um, I'm sorry. Pig? I just call him Pig again. That's so nice of me. Oh, I'm so cute. I'm so cute. I'm sorry. Excuse me. What did I say? Nothing. I know. All right. But as quick as he is hitting the ground, that's my microphone turning off, is jumping is going to be equal to false. So if is jumping equals false, no, let's just do else to this, and is jumping equals false. jumping is equal to false, we'll go over here, but if it happens that jumping is equal to true, I'm starting to not understand this at all. No, we can't do that. Let's do is colliding with block. Basically, the thing is that if he's colliding, if so basically if can move, if can move is equal to false, then is jumping equals true. And as we'll see in a second, um, cheater, cheater. Um, I think I got the gravity wrong or something, but I don't really think this is working. If is jumping equals false after a while, so we can y minus equal jumping speed. Uh, eh, it worked for me actually, but the AI is still not not that good. Now he's flying again. How can he possibly fly? Jumping equals is jumping equals is jumping kinda know what's wrong, but I don't know how to fix it though. Is falling equals false, is falling equals true, is falling equals false. If is falling and is jumping and is not falling. There we go. That should do the thing. Yeah, but he is not jumping too high. Let's fix that. All right, now, buddy, you're gonna learn how to jump. Yeah, that's jumping. That's what I call jumping. Oh my God, you like to change direction a lot. I have noticed. You're supposed to jump there. I'm worried. I'm worried. I don't like this. Your AI is not the best, but I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You're fine. You're fine. So that is the basics of mobs, basically. And if we want to have like something special for only the emerald mob here, we can do like g.fill rect at x, y, width, and height. Um, Just gonna cast those over to integers. Yeah, kind of. Minus game component.sx minus component.sy g.setColor new color 255 255 255. That's me doing messed up coding. Um, okay, so you can do like special things here. Now that is the guy. We could say like divided by 2 here, and he would have his head like filled with crap. Hmm. Sounds strange, but that's basically that. So I guess that's kind of it for this tutorial. Let's do some block editing, like the last thing we do here. So this tutorial is pretty much finished. But I might want to show you something in a second. Just want to choose a nice wood color. Why does this always happen to me? Maybe not the best at drawing like trees with lag, but I'll do my best. And that's actually lag. I should probably restart my computer. I haven't restarted it in like 5 days or something. I definitely should. Oh my god, that wasn't what I intended to do, seriously. And I've recently started like making some new art that I haven't really made before. I'm basically changing my creation style. So if this looks strange for you, I just want to try some new things out. But we're gonna add a quick generation for trees. It's not gonna be awesome, but it's gonna work. And that is what I like about it. So let's go to tile and add the block. Public static final int block. No, wood equals 40. Move over here, or move over to the generation code, and let's do another for loop before that. Placing out trees, placing out solid air around the whole level so that you cannot escape. Something like that, yeah. Placing out the trees. If Gonna do a little try and catch here in a second. Yep, try catch exception E. Basically, if block x y plus 1 dot id is equal to, you guys should already know all this stuff, so all this crap. So because I tried to explain some these basic things before. Now, if it's equal to grass, then what's gonna happen is that our block xy the id is going to be equal to tile.wood. Now this is going to fill the whole area with these wooden blocks, which is quite interesting, I guess. Yeah, that's very interesting. And our guy is, oh, awesome mob. Who have built that? Like, I really like how it's like changing direction in the middle of a jump sometimes. Like, he's just like, roar, roar. I want to go here. That guy is definitely acting like a pig. No offense, but block x y dot id actually plus 1 id equals, or we could just do it like, yep, tile grass, change this tile earth. Whoa, 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 and block x, y, dot id equals tile dot air. Yeah, that is working. So let's do a little random instead here. If new random, if new random dot next int 100 is less than 50, so about 50% chance, then it will spawn a tree. Um, wow, this is actually a pretty cool landscape. Look at this. Just the trees that shouldn't be there. Trees shouldn't look like this. Right now, to be honest, they look like crap. One is probably a little bit too small percentage chance. They really put like is less than or equal to is probably gonna be a lot better. 5. Yep, we got some basic trees. Also, one more thing I want to do is add the block to the inventory. So in bar 3.id equals tile.wood. And right now it's not going to have any leaves. I'm going to add that in episode 4. Episode 4 is probably going to be the last one, and I kind of want to save the cool stuff, the rest of the generation to that. 4 int I equals 0, I is less than new random dot next int 5 plus 4, yeah, sure thing. So I plus plus, we're basically doing a for loop, and we are going to set all in this area to wood. So as you can see now, we just find a tree. We seem to not have any trees today. Why? Wow, we haven't got, oh, there we go. Finally a tree. So as you can see, we got a tree. We can make it look like a real tree. Put some grass on top. How all trees in the world look. But this is basically going to be the final generation for the trees in the next episode. And then we can just turn it into survival mode, and we can just do some simple crafting, and yeah, that's basically that. So I think that's it for today, actually. Let's see, do we have anything more that we could cover in this episode? I could probably cover something. How about, yeah, spawning. Let's make a spawner class. Spawner, and this is gonna spawn mobs. It's not gonna be like a mob spawner, but it's gonna be like it's gonna spawn different mobs. It's not gonna extend anything. Public spawner. Let's make this a thread. And what I'm doing here is basically I am making this into a thread, just like we have the component class here. This component class, while it's running, like I tried to do with the mobs before, but it didn't really turn out very well. Turn out to be very well. That means we're gonna have a is running variable here, or it doesn't have to be named is running, but I'm calling it is running because it makes more sense. Equal true, try, catch, exception E. Thread.sleep. Gonna have like a new random there. Just gonna do an import of Java util, so we can go ahead and use the random, so we can randomize some numbers here. New random dot next int 500 plus 50 plus 500 or something, and that means a minimum of 500 plus 500 random seconds. Um, Public void spawn mob, and then each time this hits its target, do a spawn mob, and then it will ask you for what location probably. So mob uh, new mob emerald 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 10 no 50 50 tile dot tile size times 2, and then tile dot mob emerald for now then. So spawn mobs here, and we can actually remove the old spawning code for the mobs, which was basically just adding a simple mob here. Gonna make a new spawner here. Public static spawner. Spawner equals new spawner. And as quick as the constructor in this gets called, we're going to do the same thing here. New thread dot start to start this thread to get this running. And as quick as this gets running, I'm going to set this to false in the beginning. Doesn't really matter, but just want everything nice and controlled in case we want to change anything later. In case we want to have something before this the event of this happening. So get the spawner. And each time this happens, we're going to do component dot mob dot add new, no, just mob actually. So this is going to sleep for a little while. Should actually have added a mob already. Probably run up and check this. No. Welcome here. I don't know, something like that. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that didn't get called. Means we done something wrong. Something had happened. Spawner equals new spawner. Ah, this. You guys probably solved it before me because you guys are awesome, and I'm not. But whoa, oh my god, oh my god, escape, escape! Oh god, escape! Ah, I'm safe. Um, don't ask me why the game is gonna start lagging in a second. Don't ask me. Oh god, I'm so dead. I'm so gonna die in here. Oh my god. Some of the mobs are AI. Some of them are actually quite smart. They're actually already over here. Oh my god. Oh god. It's starting to lag. It's gonna lag up my game. No. No. Why is the game lagging? It's not supposed to lag. Why you lag, game? Okay, I pretty much know why. How much time is it for the sky to change? I'm in milliseconds. I have no idea. Like 2000 plus 2000. I don't know. Let's wait and see how long time it takes. Okay. Um, 8,000 plus 5,000. Just because it was a tree here before, my brain was like, ah, it's a tree there. You can just fall there randomly. You can just randomly drop in. Okay, so that is a better time. So we're gonna make this random in a second. Actually, we can do that now. The x coordinate, I want to make that random. New random dot next int, and this is gonna go over the whole thing. Just plus tile dot block size tile size plus 30 or something. Um, and this is going to be randomized from the level dot, actually the tile. I think tile dot, no, I thought it had some sort of world size. Okay, it's over there. Let's make this statically accessible. Static uh, level dot world width times tile dot block size. Tile dot tile size. Wait. Just the guess correct with the coordinates and stuff. 1 2 minus 2 here. That should do that. Okay. Now how our spawner working probably. Oh my god, these guys are dangerous. There should spawn in some more guys in some seconds. I am 100% sure it's just gonna take some time. Give them their time. Give them their time, guys. Okay, there we go. I think it spawned on another location this time. Times tile to tile size, world width minus 2. Okay, that works. That should work. At least the code is supposed to work, but if it's not working, then shame on it. 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 And let's actually remove this tile dot this emerald stuff. We don't really need an ID because from the spawner here, or not the spawner, the emerald class, we could, because this is just going to be emerald, so we could just do tile dot mob emerald in here instead. It doesn't really matter. Oh, yep. So that should actually do that. Should not have any more errors now. I can close down the emerald again, and there should not be any problems with this. Here we go. Let's see. This looks awesome. I want to play this game. Oh wait, I am playing it. Wait, I can. Oh, I can build on those. Oh, it wasn't. I'm flying. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. La 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 la, Spider-Man. Okay, so our game is actually working. It's looking quite cool now. And I can't place that wooden block yet because we haven't added an exception for it yet. So let's go to the level class. Not the level class, sorry. Or actually, there's the level class, is it? No, it's not. I'm just kind of forgetting where everything is right now. Is it in the inventory? It must be in the level. I'm 100% sure. Wonder why I can see that. Building is here. We need to add an exception for if Sid, I remember him. Sid equals wood, and we can also build with wood. And this is just for if we want to do some special stuff. It's always simple to have everything organized like that. I want to see test one thing. This is gonna lag a little bit probably, which is a good thing because it's supposed to lag. And that is if I fill the whole screen with things. Normally lagging. It's lagging a little bit. And as you know, we've got the pixels over here. Like, I was thinking, what if we change those to 4? I just thought it right now. Wow, look at this. The game is still working as well. That's actually so boss. 3. Then I'm gonna keep it as that. Yeah, I want 3 now. Kind of makes it better because that also means that you can build on the whole screen without getting any lag, which is just what I want. The game is perfectly justified. It's perfectly justified. So the whole game is actually working now, thanks to us. There's only one more thing I would like to do then, and that is because I changed the size, I would like to change the length of the inventory as well, like 5. That works, that works. 6 probably works as well. Yep, that actually works perfectly fine. So now our game, in my opinion, this looks it's no lag, and that's kind of what I'm after for this. Because I am not only a programmer, I'm also an optimizer. I'm not only trying to learn you guys Java or teach you guys Java, but I am also trying to optimize the games and learning how to optimize, teach you how to optimize things, um, and such. But all right, last thing, 2 hours have already passed, and I would just make sure that he is not spawning anymore if he have spawned too many already. So in the tile, let's make an exception here. Um, Public static int max mobs can be equal to 6 in the world. We're going to make some chunks later on, probably in the next episode if possible, sort of chunks, and it's not going to be like a world with a size of 1,000 blocks or something. It's just going to be something simple. And alright, so if component.mob.toArray is less than, or dot length is less than tile dot max mobs, then he can still spawn, else it's impossible to spawn mobs. So I think I set it to 6 or something. Yeah, I did. That means that he can't spawn like unlimited amounts of mobs. This is looking awesome. Look at this. We don't have any lag at all anymore, which is perfect. It's amazing. And we're also gonna make some items dropping out from the items in the next episode. Like, you're gonna make this amazing. You can make this your game as well. I mean, like, you can make it even more awesome than I'm making it. This also means that we can't fall out of the world. It does mean that we are walking on the bottom of the world, indeed, but that's kind of that's okay. That's okay. So that's actually it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're gonna finish some stuff off, finish the generation, do all that good stuff, and I will see you there. Hopefully, add some more mobs and sneaking, jumping. Oh, we already got jumping. Maybe some running, and so forth. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like my tutorials and you want to help me out to get money for my website, etc., all the money is gonna go to programming anyway, and most of it is gonna go for programming for my channel, for my YouTube channel, to make more videos. And I'm just saying this because like I can't live off of YouTube. It's like it's impossible for me. One, Google took away my AdSense account without any reason. You can go watch that video if you would like to, and so forth. It's like I'm not saying you have to donate, but do it if you would like to. It's up to you. Donate button will be on our website. My website will be in the description, so below. So hope you enjoy this episode, the episode 3 of the Minecraft, how to create a Minecraft 2D platformer in Java. And I will see you again next time with some more. So see you later. Bye.